Good morning, children. How are you? I hope you all are doing well and be home and be safe, okay? So, in our last English class, we have started a new lesson, is it? Do you remember that? And I have told you about chimpanzees in that lesson. Do you remember that? Can you say the title of that lesson? Yeah, my early days with the chimpanzees, is it? So it was written by Jane Goodall. Okay, my early days with the chimpanzees. It was written by Jane Goodall, and she loved chimpanzees very much, is it? So that because of her love towards chimpanzee, she thought that she want to study more about chimpanzees, and she lived with the chimpanzees, is it? So that story is in this my early days with the chimpanzees. So I have told the gist, is it? Okay, today we can read this and I will say the story line by line. Okay, I will explain it. Okay, so the original name of this book is My Life with the Chimpanzees. Okay, so the original name is not My Early Days with the Chimpanzees, it is My Life with the Chimpanzees, and this lesson is a part of that story. Okay, My Life with the Chimpanzees. From that, a piece of story is taken and given for you as a lesson. Okay, so that title is My Early Days with the Chimpanzees. Okay, so this My Life with the Chimpanzee, it is written by Jane Goodall. Okay, and this is an autobiographical writing. So do you know what is autobiographical writing? Have you seen people writing diary, or else do you have the habit of writing diary? So what we will do while writing the diary? From the morning till the evening, whatever important things have happened in our life, we will write that in that diary, is it? In order to keep that in our memory. Am I right? So that if you want to recollect anything, what we will do? We can see that diary. So in that our life story will be there, is it? The important incidents that have taken place in our life. So that is a kind of autobiographical writing. Okay, the person writing about their life. Okay, so Jane Goodall also, she is writing about her life when she spent with the chimpanzees. Okay, so that's why this is called as autobiographical writing. So have you understood what is autobiography? Okay, like diary writing. Okay, the person who is writing about her or his own life story. Okay, so now I will just read this and I will explain to you. Okay, in your last class I have read this, is it? I have read the whole lesson. Do you remember that? And I have asked you to mark the new words in your book. Have you marked it? Okay, so today I will read this and I will explain for you. Okay, now you can take your new pathway book and take page number 27 in that. Okay, it's our second lesson, My Early Days with the Chimpanzees. Take page number 27 in your book. Okay, so I will read this and I will explain for you. Listen here. July 16, 1960 was a day I shall remember all my life. It was when I first set foot on the shingle and sand beach of Chimpanzee Land, that is Gombe National Park. I was 26 years old. Mum and I were greeted by the two African Game Scouts who were responsible for protecting the 30 square miles of the park. They helped us find a place where we could put up our old ex-army tent. We chose a lovely spot under some trees near the small, fast-flowing Kakombi stream. Every morning, I got up when I heard the alarm clock at 5:30 a.m. I ate a couple of slices of bread and had a cup of coffee from the flask. Then I set off, climbing to where I thought the chimps might be. Most often, I went to the peak. I discovered that from this high place, I had a splendid view in all directions. I could see chimps moving in the trees and I could hear if they called. At first, I watched from afar through my binoculars and never tried to get close. I knew that if I did, the chimps would run away silently. Gradually, I began to learn about the chimps' home and how they lived. I discovered that most of the time the chimps wandered about in small groups of six or less, not in big troop like the baboons. Often, a little group was made up of a mother with her children or two or three adult males by themselves. Sometimes, many groups joined together, especially when there was delicious ripe fruit on one big tree. When the chimps got together like that, they were very excited, made a lot of noise, and were easy to find. Eventually, I realized that the chimps I watched from the peak were all part of one group, a community. There were about 50 chimps belonging to this community. From the peak, I noted which trees the chimps were feeding in, and then, when they had gone, I scrambled down and collected some of the leaves, flowers, or fruits so they could be identified later. I found that the chimps eat mostly fruits but also a good many kinds of leaves, blossoms, seeds, and stems. Later, I would discover that they also eat a variety of insects and sometimes hunt and kill prey animals. So, now I will read paragraph wise and I will explain for you, okay? Listen here. July 16, 1960 was a day I shall remember all my life. It was when I first set foot on the shingle and sand beach of Chimpanzee Land, that is Gombe National Park. I was 26 years old. Mum and I were greeted by the two African Game Scouts who were responsible for protecting the 30 square miles of the park. They helped us find a place where we could put up our old Itsami tent. We chose a lovely spot under some trees near the small, fast flowing Kakombi stream. So, she was starting her first day in the chimpanzee land in the year July 16, 1960. Okay, in the year 1960, in July 16, she was starting the first day in the chimpanzee land. Okay, that was the day when she came to the chimpanzee land, that is the Gombe National Park. Okay, and this is in Tanzania. Okay, so in this Gombe National Park, the chimpanzees they live. Okay, so the day was July 16, 1960, when she came into the chimpanzee land. The chimpanzee land means Gombe National Park, which is in Tanzania. Okay, and during that time she was 26 years old. Okay, and she was a teenage girl, is it? So she was 26 years old. She was a young girl, and while she came into that national park, she was welcomed by African Game Scouts. Okay, two African Game Scouts. So not only she, along with her, her mother also accompanied. Okay, so her mother and she came to the Gombe National Park in 1960, and during that time, two African Game Scouts they welcomed them. Okay, so this game scouts means the people those who are protecting the animals in the sanctuary, okay, in this national park. Okay, so they are called as game scout. The people those who are protecting the animals in the national park is called as game scouts. Okay, so two African game scouts came and they welcomed them, and they were protecting the entire national park. Okay, so 30 square miles of the park. Okay, so they were protecting the 30 square miles of the park. Okay, and they came there, and she lived for 55 years in that Gombe National Park. Okay, so this Jane Goodall, she spent more than 55 years along with the chimpanzees. Okay, she was learning about the chimpanzees, is it? Along with the chimpanzees, she was living there more than 55 years in the Gombe National Park. Okay, so what these two African game scouts do, they help them to find a place to put their tent because they want to live there, is it? So for making their tent, these two African game scouts, they help them to find a place. Okay, so they choose this place under small trees, sorry, under some trees which is near the Kakombi stream. Okay, so in this picture, this is the waterfall. Okay, Kakombi waterfall. Okay, so near the Kakombi stream, and under some trees, they put their tent. Okay, so they made their small house there. Okay, and have you understood this paragraph? In the year in the year 1960, July 16, they came first to the Gombe National Park, and they were welcomed by two African game scouts, and during that time she was only 26 years old. And after they came there, they first set up their tent under some trees, and which is near the Kakombi stream. Okay, and the next paragraph. Early morning, I got up when I heard the alarm clock at 5:30 a.m. I ate a couple of slices of bread and had a cup of coffee from the flask. Then I set off, climbing to where I thought the chimps might be. Most often I went to the peak. I discovered that from this high place I had a splendid view in all directions. I could see chimps moving in the trees, and I could hear if they called. At first, I watched from afar through my binoculars and never tried to get close. I knew that if I did, the chimps would run away silently. Gradually, I began to learn about the chimps' home and how they lived. I discovered that most of the time the chimps wandered about in small groups of six or less, not in a big troop like the baboons. Often, a little group was made up of a mother with her children, or two or three adult males by themselves. Sometimes many groups joined together, especially when there was delicious ripe fruit on one big tree. When the chimps got together like that, they were very excited, made a lot of noise, and were easy to find. Eventually, I realized that chimps I watched from the peak were all part of one group, a community. There were about 50 chimps belonging to this community. Okay, so every morning she will keep the alarm at 5:30, and she will wake up at 5:30. Okay, we also, when we are going to school, what we will do, we will set up the alarm during the night time, and morning when the alarm rings we will get up, is it? The same way she also set up the alarm at 5:30 in the morning, and she gets up at 5:30. Okay, and she will eat slices of bread and also a cup of coffee from her flask, and after having a breakfast she will go to find out the chimpanzees and to learn about the chimpanzees. Okay, So often, mostly she will go to the peak. Peak means in a mountain we have the peak, is it? The uppermost part. So she will go to the peak, and she thinks that if she is standing in the peak, she can see everywhere. Okay, she can cover every directions. So she can see the chimpanzees from where it is. Okay, wherever the chimpanzees are, she can see it very easily. So she will go to the peak there. Okay, and first she will not go near the chimpanzees. Okay, during the first time, what she will do means she will stand in the peak or some other place, a long distance place, and she will take her binocular, and through that binocular she will watch the chimpanzees. Okay, because she know that at first itself, if she was going very close to the chimpanzees means they will be frightened and they will move away. Okay, they will run away from there. Okay, so she never tried to go close, and she was standing in faraway places and she was observing this chimpanzees. Okay, and while observing this chimpanzees, she started to learn about the home of the chimpanzees and also how they live. Okay, so first thing she discovered that the chimpanzees, they won't move in large group. Okay, so they won't wander in large group, they will be wandering in small group of 6 or less chimpanzees. Okay, only 6 chimpanzees or less than 6 will be there, they will be not going in a large number. Okay, and the group will be often they will be containing a mother with her children, or else the adult, the male chimpanzees, they will be 2 or 3 males will be joining there and they will be walking. Okay, we will be going with our friends, is it? The same way the chimpanzees, they will roam. Okay, and sometimes if we want to see the chimpanzees in a large number means there should be some delicious, some tasteful fruits in the tree. Okay, if there is a ripe fruit in the tree means, if there is more ripe fruits in a big tree means, every chimpanzees will gather together and they will come to the tree and they will eat the fruits. Okay, during that time when every chimpanzees were coming together in one place, the everyone will be very happy. Okay, so they will make many noise. Okay, we also, when we are going to some occasions or some functions, the family members will be joining there, is it? So that what we will do, we will be talking with them and we will be laughing, we will be making many noises, it the same way when these every chimpanzees, they when they were coming to one place, when they find delicious ripe fruit on big tree, they will be coming together in that place. Okay, so during that time they will be very much happy and they makes very much noise, lot of noise. Okay, so during that time it is very easy to find this chimpanzees because they will make many noise, so we can find this chimpanzees very easily. Okay, and there were about 50 chimps belonging to this community. Okay, community means a group. Okay, so there were about 50 chimps belonging to this community. Okay, so have you understood this? Every day morning she will set the alarm clock at 5:30 and she will get up at 5:30 and she will have a breakfast and she will set off to find the chimpanzee and learn about the chimpanzees. Okay, so during that time she started to learn about the chimpanzees house and also how they lived. Okay, and the thing she found out is the chimpanzees, they will be wandering, they will be roaming in small groups, not in a big groups. Okay, and when every chimpanzees were together, they will be very happy and they will make more noise. Okay, and they were about 50 chimps belonging to this community, belonging to this group. Okay, so have you understood the second paragraph also? Okay, shall we move to the third one? Okay, listen clearly. From the peak, I noted which trees the chimps were feeding in, and then, when they had gone, I scrambled down and collected some of the leaves flowers, or fruits so they could be identified later. I found that the chimps eat mostly fruits but also a good many kinds of leaves, blossoms, seeds, and stems. Later, I would discover that they also eat a variety of insects and sometimes hunt and kill prey animals. So, the remaining of this paragraph in the next page, okay? So, I will explain this one first. So from the peak itself she will be noticing that in which tree this chimpanzees were there, and in which from which tree they were feeding the fruits or flowers or leaves, everything, okay? So she will be noticing everything from the peak, and after the chimpanzees go away from that place, what she will do, she will scramble means she will come in a hurry, she will run, okay? She will run and come there, and she will take every she will collect some leaves, flowers, and fruits, okay? So when this chimpanzees they eat this, sometimes some fruits will be falling down, leaves, everything will be falling down from their mouth or from their hand, okay? So these things will be collected by this Jane Goodall, okay? And she collects everything so that she can find out whatever things that the chimpanzees are eating, okay? So that she will collect every fruits, um, leaves, and also flowers under the tree in which they are sitting and eating, okay? So by learning this she found out that the chimpanzees they eat many kinds of leaves, blossoms, seeds, and stem, okay? So they found that they will be eating the leaves, the flowers, the seeds, and also the stems of some trees. Some small plants have small stems, no? These kinds of stems and all will be eaten by this chimpanzees, okay? So she found out that, okay? Not only this, they will eat many fruits also, okay? Mostly they will eat fruits only, okay? The chimpanzees eat, mostly they will eat fruits, and sometimes they will eat leaves, flowers, seeds, and stems, and also they will eat many varieties of insects also, okay? And sometimes if they need to eat if they think that they want to eat meat, what they will do, they will hunt and they will kill the animals and they will eat that flesh, okay? So next one, have you understood this? So from the peak she will be noticing in which trees this chimpanzees were sitting and eating, and after they left there from that tree, she will come running to that tree, and she will, what she will do, she will pick the leaves, fruits, and flowers, everything which is under that tree. And from that she found out that the chimpanzees they eat fruits, flowers, stem, leaves, seeds, and sometimes they will eat insects, and sometimes they will eat fleshes also. They will hunt the animals and they will eat fleshes also, okay? So these were the things found by her, okay? And the next one, the remaining of that paragraph, okay? Sometimes hunt and kill prey animals to feed on meat. During those months of gradual discovery, the chimps very slowly began to realize that that I was not so frightening after all. Even so, it was almost a year before I could approach them within 100 yards. And that is not really very close. As time went by, I began to learn more about other creatures that shared the forest with the chimpanzees. There were 4 kinds of monkeys in addition to the baboons, and many smaller animals such as squirrels and mongoose. There was also a whole variety of nocturnal creatures, porcupines and civets, and all manners of rats and mice. Only a very few animals in the forest at Gombe were potentially dangerous, mainly buffaloes and leopards. And of course, there are poisonous snakes, 7 different kinds. Okay, so already we have seen the food habits of this chimpanzees in the last para, is it? So, and first itself we saw that she was not going near that chimpanzees, is it? Because if she is going near the chimpanzees, what it will be running away, is it? So she thought that she no need to make the chimpanzees to be afraid, and she was standing in a distance. Okay, and after some days, after it was told that almost a year, okay, nearly a year, okay, during that time only she was somewhat close to that chimpanzees. Okay, not very much close, but she can approach this chimpanzees within 100 yards. Okay, in the beginning we saw that she was standing in the peak and she was observing the chimpanzees. Now she can come somewhat close to that chimpanzees. Okay, this is not very close, but than the peak it was close. Okay, and she also was staying in that Gombe National Park, is it? And during that time she found that not only chimpanzees were in that forest, but also many other creatures were there in that forest. Okay, so she found that, okay, not only chimpanzees were in that forest, but also many other creatures, many other animals and many other insects and many other things were in that forest. Okay, so we can see something in this paragraph. Okay, so what are they means? There were 4 kinds of monkeys along with this baboons also. Okay, this is also a kind of monkey. Along with this baboons, there are 4 kinds of monkeys in that forest. Okay, and the next one is smaller animals like squirrels were there, mongoose were there. Okay, so 4 kinds of monkeys were there, squirrels were there, mongoose were there. Okay, and then the next one is porcupines are there, civets are there. Okay, so they were this is porcupine and this is civet. Civet is like cat like animal. Okay, so these animals are there, and rats, mice also is there. Okay, so and from this forest not only these animals, many other animals are there, and some animals are dangerous. Okay, so dangerous animals means the animals like buffalo. Buffalo is a dangerous animal, and also leopards also are there. Okay, so this buffaloes and leopards are also there. Okay, in that forest, and this buffaloes and leopards were very dangerous. Okay, and the next one is there were poisonous snake in that forest. Okay, poisonous snake was there in that forest, and this is poisonous snake is of 7 different types. Okay, 7 different types poisonous snakes were in that forest. Okay, so what are the animals were there? Buffalo is there, leopards is there, squirrels, mongoose, 4 types of monkeys are there, and then civets, porcupines, and poisonous snakes are there. So many types of animals were there. Okay, so while she was staying in that place, she found that many other types also there, and she was listed that in that her story. Okay, so have you understood this paragraph? Shall we move to the next paragraph? Okay. Once, as I arrived on the peak in the early morning, before it was probably light, I saw the dark shape of a large animal looming in front of me. I stood quite still. My heart began to beat fast, for I realized it was a buffalo. Many hunters fear buffalo more than lions or elephants. By a lucky chance, the wind was blowing from him to me, so he couldn't smell me. He was peacefully gazing in the opposite direction, and chewing his cud. He hadn't heard my approach. I always try to move as quietly as I can in the bush. So, though I was only 10 yards from him, he had no idea I was there. Very slowly, I retreated. So, one day she went to the peak very in the early morning, okay, before the sun rise, okay, before the sunrise she went to the peak, and during that time there was no light. Before the sunrise there will be no light, is it? It will be like night, it will be dark there, is it? So during that time she went there, and she found that a dog shaped large animal was in front of her, okay, and suddenly she found it was a buffalo, okay. So a buffalo was in front of there, and in the last paragraph itself we have learned that buffaloes and leopards were very dangerous, is it? So the hunters also, they will be, they fear of this buffaloes than lions and other elephants, okay. So we will be fearing about lions and elephants, is it? But the hunters, they will fear for this buffaloes, okay. They, by seeing these buffaloes, they will be fearing, okay. So the hunters will be itself afraid of this buffalo. Then how Jane cannot be afraid, is it? So she was also frightened because the buffalo was in front of her, and it is not very much close to her, okay, somewhat far. But when the buffalo smells the human, suddenly it will come and attack them, is it? But what happened means, the wind was blowing from the buffalo to Jane, okay. If the wind is flowing from Jane to the buffalo means it can smell a person is standing there, okay. Because it is flowing from buffalo to Jane, this buffalo cannot smell her, and it was grazing there, okay. So when she found that this was grazing, she suddenly moved away from there slowly, okay. So have you understood this? Okay. So we have seen that in the year 1960, July 16, she came first to the Gombe National Park, which was in Tanzania, and she was 26 years old during that time. She lived there more than 55 years, and she was along with her mother, and she put a tent there, and they were living there. Every day morning after having her breakfast, she will go to the peak and she will start to observe about the chimpanzees, okay. And then during that time she found the chimpanzees home and also their living habits, okay. And she found that the chimpanzees will not roam in large number, they will be going in small number, and this is the first one. And then she found out that they will eat mostly fruits, and they will eat blossoms, stems, leaves, and also seeds. Sometimes they will eat many varieties of insects, and sometimes they will hunt the animals and they will kill it and they will eat the flesh, okay. These are the things we have seen there. And also we have seen that in the beginning she was observing the chimpanzees through the binoculars, and nearly about a year she came somewhat close to the chimpanzees, okay. And after that we have seen that the animals that were living in that forest, is it, buffaloes, leopards, porcupines, civets, mice and rats. So these kinds of four types of monkeys, poisonous snakes, and squirrels, mongoose were living in that forest, okay. So we have seen that, and also we have seen an encounter with a buffalo, okay. So in the early morning when she went to the peak, she saw a buffalo, but the buffalo didn't notice her, and so she escaped from that place by moving slowly. Okay, so till this much we have seen in today's class, and the remaining story, the remaining lesson, we can see it in the next class. Okay, so have you understood this? Okay, I hope that you have understood everything. Thank you, students.